Okay, I'm going to say something controversial. I do not believe that your friend is probably the best realtor for you. And honestly, neither is your cousin, your coworker, or the person that you met at an open house the other day who was super nice. So everybody knows a realtor. Everybody. It's kind of like knowing a DJ. There's like a lot of them. And it's not like this is a lot different than getting someone to play music at your wedding. This is the largest financial decision a lot of people ever make. I guess most people ever make. The problem is that most people choose a realtor based on these things. They choose based on who they know, who answers the phone first, and who can show them the house on Zillow. So this is wild. For one thing, I do another video all about Zillow. If you push the button on Zillow, you get a realtor who only makes about 20% of their commission when they show you that property once if you use them. Not that that's bad, but usually those realtors aren't they don't have a full clientele yet. And nothing against it. I actually like helping Zillow clients because they're great first time home buyers. I like helping people through the process. But a lot of the realtors you meet through that are not going to give you as much time and effort because they're really barely, and if they're even making minimum wage once your deal is done for the amount of time they put into it. So that was a side quest I just went on already. But these are random people that you are choosing to make a decision that is what 300 to who knows 1.5 million. I don't know what your budget is for a house, but I just think it's really worth vetting the person you're choosing to negotiate that situation. And they're not just signing a paper. A lot of people think they're just unlocking the door. Whoever can unlock the door. I just need to get in there. I need to know if I want it. And then I'll put in an offer. And I don't really even need a realtor. Like, okay, who's doing the offer? Who's writing the offer? What are going to be the terms? How are you going to make your offer look better than other offers? There's a lot more that goes into just the price. Are they going to trust that you'll be able to get to closing? Are they going to trust that you're going to not walk away? Are they going to understand that you might need some things repaired if you have an inspection, which I would never recommend not doing? So you need someone who can really guide you through this process and advocate on your behalf. A realtor is a fiduciary. We are legally bound to care about your financial interest, which is another reason you don't just go to the listing agent because you don't know what they're going to necessarily do. They are already the fiduciary for the person who is selling the property. So if they're also going to negotiate on your behalf, well, for one, it can get really sticky really fast. So, okay, that is the thing. Most people don't realize that not all agents are the same, like not even close. There are two agents, or there are multiple agents. Like I would say 90% of agents do 2 or less deals a year. So you can Google them. They might have a really great social media and they're not actually doing any deals. They're not selling houses. They don't have relationships with the other agents that you need to accept your offer. So that there are also agents who are doing 40 plus deals a year. I love these agents. I actually will look them up just to have coffee with them so that I can be around people that are doing amazing work and form relationships with them because that's what we need in order to have a really good relationship to get deals accomplished and to get my clients the best possible treatment. When I'm vetting an agent, there are a few things that I always look for. How many homes have they sold recently? What price point do they actually work in? How do their listings perform? What's their days on market for their listings? Have you looked at the listings they do? Have you looked at the photographs that they put up? Have you looked at what they write? Is it just a quick AI blurb? A lot of people, I have to put such shallow search results when I'm looking for a property for a buyer because a lot of agents don't even fill out what the house is like. So they don't know enough that I don't put it in a search. So, how do they negotiate? What does this agent do to try to get your needs met? How do they negotiate or do they? And honestly, how do they communicate? Because a great personality, a really funny, interesting personality does not always equal a great negotiator. Like, I love a vibe, I mean, I am a vibe. Like, I am a certain personality. But I also need you to get me $15,000 more on my house. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going to work with someone, I'm going to, of course, have a really great relationship with the other agent, but I'm also going to get you more money than I get paid if I possibly can. That's just kind of like how what I say gives me value. And this is actually something that most people don't know. I can help people find the right agent anywhere. I work with a company called EXP. It's a big brokerage, and we have a referral database in the all over the whole country. So I can go into this database, even if I've never been to where you live, I can go into this database and I can see what agents are there that are actively working, actively looking for referrals and what they've done. And I can do an interview with them and find out how many deals they do, how do they negotiate, tell me what your listings are so I can look them up. And then find you an agent who is vetted and will do the best possible work for you. This can work if you're looking to sell your house or if you are looking to buy a property. So that is something that my brokerage does that most don't, because we have a whole referral network of people. Some agents that work at my brokerage don't actually even buy or sell their own property. They just do referrals. So agents who are looking for clients and who are working really hard and are busy, we can tell, like we can see it from our side, and it's something that can't be Googled. It's not on a Google search, like how busy is this agent. You can see some reviews, but you won't know exactly how much they're doing or whether they're actually getting good prices for their clients, because we can also see like what did they buy for that, what did they buy that property for, and what was it listed for. There's a lot of cool stuff that we can look up. So I can obviously do things for you and help you in ways that if you just search in your town, you won't be able to find. Instead of guessing or just hiring your friend's cousin or, whoever, then I really recommend that message me and I can literally match you with someone who is actually really good at their job and does it for a living. A lot of people this isn't even what they do for a living. So, like, and respectfully, this is not it's not a decision to crowdsource. This is a decision to actually find what are the credentials of this person, how do they work, how will they show up for you, how are they trained. And it can make a massive difference in how much money you make if you're listing or save if you're buying, how stressful the process is. That is insanely important. Buying and selling a house is the most stressful thing you can do in your life, and having the right person help you through it can make a massive difference in how stressful it is for you and how you look back and remember the situation, and whether you actually enjoy buying or selling a property. The right agent is an entirely different outcome, period. I've literally seen people lose money just because they picked the wrong agent. And this is what I tell everyone. Before you hire any agent, just call me. And of course, if you're in the Twin Cities, in Minnesota, around this area, any of the suburbs, I would love to work with you. I do listing and I do buyers and sellers, which is another thing I think it's really important to do both. If we work with listings, but we don't ever work with buyers, it's really hard to put yourself into the mind of the buyer to understand what they're looking for. So I work with both. I like that. I think it's important, but I want you to call me before you choose an agent, because I can actually vet an agent for you, and it won't cost you anything. So the agent that I vet, and this is an agreement in our company, and I will make sure they are the best agent they're actually working, that's what they do. They have great listings, and I will interview them, and I will get a commission for it. So they will also want to do a really good job because I will send them more people if that is the experience that they have, that their clients have. So if you're moving anywhere, call me first. Um, otherwise, this is like, I hate to say this, like this is how you end up with like Chad. I know there's a guy who I was actually at a listing meeting with, and at his house that he's getting ready to sell, and he said this person came to their house. It was someone who had left a flyer. They're like, we'll call him, and he kept telling him how lucky the agent kept telling the client how lucky they'll be if he works with them and if they choose him, how it's going to be so great for them if they're lucky enough to have him as their agent. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I mean, maybe they're right, maybe he's really great, but that type of Chad energy is like, I'm going to help you vet that out, because those people on the other side of the deal aren't, they're not fun to work with. So they think they're getting these way better deals, but actually on the side of the person that has to work with them, like if they're a listing agent, the buyer's agents are, I mean, it's not like we won't show any house, but we won't want to work with them. So it just doesn't make it as easy. So this is the best little tidbits, okay? Your friend is probably not the best realtor for you. Instagram does not equal skill. I can see things that you can't Google in realtors. Respectfully, we are not crowdsourcing a decision for the person who is going to be with you on the most important decision in your life. The right agent equals a completely different outcome, period. If you're moving anywhere, and I mean in Minnesota, in Florida, I'm actually working on getting my license in Florida now. So if you're moving to Florida, call me. I can refer you to agents there because I've been already forming relationships with them. If, somebody has a great personality, maybe they're, really funny on camera, they're not necessarily that doesn't always translate to being a really good negotiator. And a lot of those people, it's a worse negotiator because they really, really want everyone to like them. And a lot of times when you're negotiating, you're saying things to the other agent they don't like. You're being honest and forthright about things they don't want to know. They don't want you to. They want you to back down. And a great, great friend won't always be able to continue to push and negotiate things that can be extremely uncomfortable and difficult at times. So there are agents, and this is another thing, is a lot of people do this as a part-time deal. A lot of people are just doing like 2 deals a year, if that. Last year I did 22 transactions, and I was nominated for the Rookie of the Year in Minnesota. I am like among one of the top producing agents. And I don't want to say I didn't feel like I did very much, because I felt like I did a lot, but I don't think I wouldn't want to work with an agent that doesn't do that much, because you don't know everything that's changing in the market. You don't know what everyone is going through in today's world and what's going to come up in negotiations. So this is just some things to think about. And I just wanted to let you know I can refer you to a great agent. I would love to work with you if you're in this area. This is your largest financial decision. And I want you to know that I do talk about feng shui. I do, I could probably, I have crystals everywhere. Like, here's one. I don't ever, like, I can reach my arm out in just about any direction and find a crystal. But a negotiation is not a vibe check. You need an agent who can really, really negotiate thoughtfully and know what they're doing. So call me. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Follow me.